Yo, Zen, what's up? What is up, Zen? This is a hella late stream, Zen. I feel like I should finish the Outer World so I can get rid of it. I'm close to finishing it. Dude, the Outer Worlds is hella fire. But I have the Switch version, so it's a little different. And by a little different, it just looks like a PlayStation 2 game. That's all I mean. Yo, Angel. Yo. That's a good name. That's kind of ironic for our channel. Your PS4 is tweaking? Explain. Bro, my PS4 has been making it, man. It got overheated during summer. My cats fucking lay on it in the winter because it's cold and it's still kicking it. So I can't really complain. I do wish I could afford a PS5, but because I'm an adult, my money mostly goes to my pets and bills at the moment. So we shall see. Could you wish me luck? I'm about to fight a can't repeat that word. Black Mehugan boss. Yeah, dude. Yes, I wish you luck, brother. I have not played it, but I've seen some of the shorts on the bosses. Dude, that game looks sick. It reminds me of Bloodborne, but a little more flashier. Dang, Zen, your PS4 sounds effed. Sounds hella fudged. Damn, Zen, did you see that? We had like 20 people in here. They're eating the dogs. They're eating the cats. One of these days, Zen. Honestly, Zen, I want to play Pokemon, bro. But they don't have the old Pokemon games on Switch other than for the Coliseum, or I'm sorry, Stadium. And it kind of fucks with me. You're about to assault the labyrinth, Tartarus. Determine the fate of the Halicon colony. So this is the final. I don't even think I'm high enough level to do it. We have fins for. I think we have enough weapons. We could definitely get rid of this though. Um, this sounds lame too. level 25. Yeah, that's lame. Let's get rid of that. Alright, baby. I mean, I don't have to beat it, but let's, you know, let's just check it out, I suppose. Two different save files. I've made such questionable decisions in the game.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for
Got some
trespass
whoppers.
is
I'm ready to
execution.
go. Oh, dude,
Please be
nice.
advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus
I'm
make
second in
departure impossible
phase.
at this time.
I'm in the second phase. Oh, you mean like the when you get them low in health enough, they have their other form, and then yeah, I think long range guns in this game are kind of goated.
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return. Understood. If you die or are incarcerated for life, I can generate a new ID for the next captain. I would prefer... Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Uh-oh.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of EDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed. I wager it'll take a bit longer than it takes you to lose your patience and storm out of your ship looking to get shot. To be honest, that'd make my job a lot easier. You come out, we shoot you full of holes, and then everyone goes about their day worry-free. Except you. You'll be dead. Huh? Oh, yes, sir. Right away, sir. I just couldn't see you clearly before. You know, Fritz. Damn thing. But for the record, now that I hear you, I totally recognize you. Totally. You're, you, of course. Obviously. Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge. How can I be of assistance?
Okay, hopefully I'm taking the right people with me. How meta. What is that melee weapon you have? It's some sort of, it's one of the DLC reward items you get. What's it called? The PET, manufacturer unknown. It's an energy axe that bears striking resemblance to the past extermination tool wielded by Pope legend Archibald Excelsior.
Captain hit right by F1. Now it's our turn. The board will never own groundbreakers. Not while I read. Push on, Mardak.
Take him down! Open fire! Put him down!
Wow, this is a situation. I just got to hang out and play Rocket League with a small streamer who was good at the game. That's pretty cool. I'm just trying to hide in plain sight.
Waste of company ammo! Got my sights on.
I'm used to the prison house for bars here. Storm like that.
Area sanitization assessment. The labyrinth on Tartarus. Task classification. Easy, easy.
Why the fuck did I bring you, the robot? Okay.
Let's look around. There's gotta be a few ways through here.
Uh-oh. It's glitching. That's not good.
Carry on.
Oh shit, my game's hella glitching. Yes, then. Well. Dude, you've played this game before, Zen. Can you explain to me how the fucking items work? Okay, I'll see you later then.
Error. Employee information not found. Identify yourself. Error. Paradox protection protocols have prevented me from registering your stated identification. Please report to your nearest mechanical engineer. Error. Paradox Prevention has temporarily disabled this unit's auditory processing. Thank you for your cooperation.
Wait, before I leave, what you need is something about the weapon. I killed the boss. Thank you for your luck. No problem, bro. No, not the weapons. The items in the inventory. You know, like how you can eat all the food and stuff. Like, how does that work? How many of those effects can I stack? Like, the game doesn't really explain any of that. Okay, here we go. Okay, so like I have all this food, right? Like level head on the Clio, high society cigarettes. Like, how many of these can I stack at a time? Like the effects. Like if I take one, can I just keep taking more and they'll stack all their effects, or what's up? So the way it works is that each of them do different things and you need to do specific things to use multiple. In the beginning you can only use the healing item. Okay. But the game doesn't explain to you what goes with what though. It's kind of bullshit.
Let's go, troops. Stellar base counting on us.
Stun detected in the vicinity. Caution!
This is not good. So read the description of the item and it says you need specific slots. Okay. I'm not seeing that. I see what you're saying. I see where you're getting at. It's weird. It has basically no tutorial. It shows you the basics, which is how to hit and run, and that's about it. Yes, yeah, that's exactly what. That's exactly how I would describe it. Wait, how do you use your consumables?
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. I had heard you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter, girl? Couldn't find actual employment?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm exactly where I want to be.
Yo, I never thought I'd get you.
And, oh, I had heard you were dragging around a repurposed janitorial mechanical.
How do I use
staff
my
jokes that
consumable
you were a
slot?
walking pile of refuse.
Interactive database update. The unique organic substance labeled chairman has been classified as filth, imminent for incineration.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I want it recognizable to show to my citizens. My word! You've correctly identified the most recognizable man in the column. Remarkable. It's a wonder what Phineas saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person. Thankfully, he's our insane person now. A proper company man. Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens go, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working class man. It's a miracle. It's PR. It's for the best, really. Believe me, the good people of Byzantium don't want to know what goes on here. I know Halcyon's a rough shit, but riots are the last thing anybody needs right now. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
We're helping, which is more than you can say.
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way.
Yo, it's just wild.
Right. This coming from the psychopathic outlaw. Yes, I'll try to be more open-minded about your path of wanting dissent. We don't need your help. You are a captain of action. I'll give you that. Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the glory on your plan.
I could just take him out right now. Could have just killed him right there.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs help. So, get in there and fight.
No hard feelings, okay?
Don't lie to them, Parvati.
a pack of Sam's Special Solvent Stain Out Remover. It's ruthless on residual blood splash.
Whatever comes of it. I'm just real glad to know you all.
Hold on.
Ready when you are.
Give me a second, Papa. Jesus. I'm looking for my chapstick at the moment. Like somewhere around here. Alright, see you in a little bit. Oh shit. Yeah, I'm just looking for my chapstick. It's like, hang on, I'm trying to save the universe, but I gotta find my chapstick first. let me get out of here with that, will you? Hey, get out of here with that. Okay. How is that possible? 2 chapsticks and both of them missing? From my bag? No, something makes sense here. No. Okay, I can't more water. Get back, get back.
So what's the plan?
Found the chopstick. Okay. I'm almost ready. I found the chopstick. shit. Hang on.
Buy Sam for your cleaning needs, because our units are spotless.
I'm ready. Ready, Freddy.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've been working with Dr. Wells from the beginning. When we moved to arrest him, he was prepared. I lost good soldiers in the attempt. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
That's low-key life. That's existing in the universe where the sun dictates whether we live or die.
I'm afraid I can't do that. I'm aware of your diplomatic talents, Captain. You have a gift for manipulation. But I warn you, I'm no easy mark. For all your talents, you are the enemy of Halcyon, and therefore you are my enemy. You make a nuanced and compelling argument. Here's my rebuttal. No. Dr. Wells is being held in my custody. His cooperation will prove invaluable, even if I have to beat it out of him. All that's left to do is put down this riot, arrest you, and then get on with the bloody business of saving this colony. I'm aware of your propensity for violence. Halcyon is a bloodier place because of you. I take no pleasure in this, you know. I simply have no other option. Leaving you alive is too great a risk. Goodbye, Captain. Fair enough. I'm giving you exactly one chance to parley with me. Anyone with eyes can see that you're talented, Captain. I only wish you used your talents for good. You wander the system, doing as you please, answering to no one. Your mere existence throws Halcyon into chaos. I simply can't have that. I'm keeping this colony from falling over the edge of dissolution with my own two hands. And you want me to let go? No. The answer is no. You had so much potential. I would have put your talents to good use. I would have made you wealthy beyond beyond belief. I'm not in the business of working with my enemies, and you've made your loyalties abundantly clear. You were always an unknown variable. I tried to recruit you, but you threw your lot in with that madman, Phineas Wells. Yes, I'm quite aware of your brazen act of corporate vandalism. By the way, those test subjects you killed, they died in agony. My scientists assure me they can recover the data you've destroyed. You've succeeded in temporarily delaying our research. Nothing more. That isn't true. It can't be. You're trying to manipulate me. That experiment was absolutely essential to the program. My scientists assured me they were close to a breakthrough. They gave me their word. Don't you mock me. I won't stand here listening to you gloat. We're going to have to start all over again. All that research, all those experiments. You've sent us back decades. I haven't given up on the program yet. You've caused some complications, but I can improvise. I can fix this. I haven't lost control of the labyrinth yet. Our security system is still operational. I can still put a stop to you. This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on site and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry, I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically or something.
Huh. hello, Uwu. I'm sorry, Uwu. Umi Ween. I read your name as Uwu. I only saw W's. My apologies. I don't mean to turn you into internet brain rot. At the same time, oddly well timed with me.
No hard feelings, okay?
was a monster. Her death was much deserved and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough. All in a day's work for you, huh? You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only hope we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own. Yes, certainly. I'll help however I can. I don't know what happened, but something must have gone horribly wrong. I don't know why Earth's gone silent. I don't even know if Earth exists anymore. We have no connection back to Earth, and return is likely impossible. We are completely alone out here. I heard it from Akande herself. She tried to pressure me into joining her side, you see. Tried to make me realize that all hope is lost, and that we are alone. She was half right. We are alone, and we're going to have to fend for ourselves, because there's no telling what's happened to Earth. You might have heard of the Earth Directorate's frigate. Half the colony's entire military was on that ship. They were returned to Earth when they vanished without a trace. That was 2 years ago. We haven't heard a word from them since. Whatever happened to Earth likely happened to them. Yes, Akande mentioned as much. Earth hasn't sent us a single message in 3 years. No one knows why. Akande had kept the truth to herself, perhaps with good reason. Can you imagine what would have happened if word got out? Utter pandemonium. I wasn't trying to hide the truth from you, but after all you've done, I owe you an explanation. Yes, I experimented on the Hope's colonists. Each of my experiments ended in catastrophic failure. Each of my subjects died in agony. You are my first and only success. I didn't tell you about the others because I didn't want to burden you. My failures are my own to bear, not yours. I'm not asking you to forgive me. Lord knows I won't forgive myself. But I'm going to try to set things right. My apologies. I need to get a hold of myself. We've far more pressing issues to worry about right now. If you have any more questions, ask me. I'll answer as best I can. Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds. And then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
You've certainly earned your freedom. Halcyon is a better place with you around. You've kept your end of our bargain. Now it's time I kept mine. I'll revive the Hope's colonists myself, and we'll get on with the business of saving this colony. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to leave this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists: engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Without Lulia Hagen, Sublight Salvage fell apart. The company fractured, devolving into a series of unregulated criminal gangs, fences, and smugglers. Their facade of legitimacy quickly faded. In time, the Sublight family was forgotten. The collapse of Edgewater left its workers bereft of any purpose in life. Most of them made their way to Adelaide McDevitt's camp, hoping to ingratiate themselves into her favor. Adelaide accepted only a few to her community. The rest were turned away and likely died of starvation. Nevertheless, Adelaide's camp grew into a well-established town. Adelaide McDevitt refused to cooperate with the ongoing effort to save Halcyon from collapse. A sympathetic deserter stole a copy of her research and delivered it to the Hope's scientists. It is unclear how useful Adelaide's research was. An optimistic estimate suggests her work may have bought Halcyon another few years of survival. Adelaide would never know. She died that winter. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers, schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. The destroyed adrenochrome synthesizer became a symbol of the board's cruelty and a rallying point for Wells and his scientists as they sought to build a more humane, ethical Halcyon. They cleared the dead from Gorgon's laboratories and repurposed them to aid in the crucial work of solving the colony's nutritional crisis. Gorgon, which had once sown death and destruction across Halcyon, became a source of hope and renewal. The Gorgon Project's final explosive end was bittersweet for Olivia Ambrose. She wandered the colony's fringes alone, searching for others like her who despised the board and meant to destroy them. In time, she found Phineas Wells and his cadre of scientists, and she joined them in their efforts to save Halcyon. For a while, she even knew an uneasy peace. But for all that, Olivia found purpose in Wells' project. She was always haunted by the memory of her daughter, Minnie, who hadn't lived to see the better world they were building. She never did forgive herself for the horror her work had wrought on Halcyon. But she remembered fondly the daring captain who'd put an end to it at last. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The Riddles Company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life, Byzantine culture and her sister Belinda. In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life. The colony had moved on from Halcyon Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come. And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left. She quietly disappeared from public view. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, slug headgear became fashionable in the following year. As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future. To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option. Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both. After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows. Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care. The dairy rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably, although the only brave enough to say this to his face, was promptly headbutted. Due to the board's dissolution, many of the Prophet's old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path. Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness. Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses,
Holy moly.
sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity. The Prophet was not among the bodies.
Oh shit.
Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name, and in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail, or clearing an infestation. The SAB unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAN unit sales.
What?
Did you know that SAN units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. Chairman Rockwell served as the public face for the changes in Halcyon to come. Whenever you needed strings pulled or a voice to sell a policy change, Rockwell was only too happy to oblige. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony.
That's my mom's dog. I better let
Dr.
her in.
Wells laid the groundwork of the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus, and left Dr. Wells to his own devices. The affairs of the colony never distracted you from living out your own dreams, to captain a ship, to sail the ether, and to earn a reputation as the greatest spacer Halcyon ever had. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
I can't believe I beat it. That's a hefty loading screen. Cool. We beat another game. Well, come on.
We don't have guns in Australia. Sorry, that's Power Ranger hooked up with the professor at the start of the game is here and waiting with a big strong team of 6 Pokemon. With a level 27 Pokemon, this battle was going to be tough for sure. Yes, sure, Umbreon is prepared, but Bagon gets taken out on the first turn without even a chance to move. Then on the following turn, Umbreon even gets burned. I do, however, manage to set up on Combuskin since I taught it Power Up Punch to boost its attack stat, and with the speed boost ability, it almost takes out the Kangaskhan. The following turn, the Kanga goes down and Crocodile finds itself in the red. Heracross in next is great for Combuskin, which we managed to take down with an Aerial Ace. As Umbreon finishes off Crocodile, while in next is revealed to be a Shadow Pokemon, and as a very Steel-type Pokemon, this would fill the slot perfectly in my team, so I really wanted to snag it. However, things take a turn for the worse as his Granville and Mawile take Combuskin and Umbreon out. So I send in my new Shadow Pokemon, Shadow Pelipper, with Drizzle, along with Marshtomp to boost both their damage in the rain. Pelipper doesn't last long, however, getting hit with a Thunder Punch, and Mawile unfortunately escapes the snag. So it's down to Grovyle and Marshtomp. Thank God though, my next snag works, and Mawile stays in the ball, leaving just Granville by itself, which finally goes down. This left just Hitmonchan. Who you faking out? Grovyle, fine. Oh, we prevent flinching! Let's go! So we'll still get to attack. What a great ability to have. Are you telling me a water boost, a rain boost and water pulse only did that much damage? That's nuts. Poison dab. Okay, interesting. Shit. Grovyle could kill the Kingdom. I know that for a fact. So fuck it. Let's revive Grovyle and bet on him. That's what we gotta do. Hot tour. Mark Punch. Okay, that's fine. Big Giga, big Giga, big Giga. Please kill. We need the kill. Come on. Hitmonchan down. We've done it just by the skin of my little finger. We have made it through the battle, defeated the big man. So unfortunately, we didn't get to decrypt all the data on the SD card, but we did find out a little bit of information. Okay, so we decrypted some of it. For instance, Simon was behind the disappearance of that cargo ship, the SS Libra cargo ship. It did not look like a cargo ship to me, but okay. Mary's gone off to Phoenix City. She said she was going to investigate why the town's communication systems are down. We're going to go there first. Mayor of Phoenix City about science. Right, we'll make our way there next. So over to Phoenix City we go, and upon arrival, this nice lady gives me some CDs and diverts me to the battle facility. I know, I need to warn the mayor and the town about Cypher or whatever, but apparently there's gambling at the facility. Arriving at the Lookout Tower, I head straight for the slots, baby. Now, weirdly enough, battle what a battle toad is, but you guys see it, right? Anyway, this guy pieces out and I'm left to take on a goon. And man, this battle took way too long with this dumb Clefairy stalling and healing constantly. Heading further into the ship though, I picked up a bunch of cool items and TMs. But as we leave the ship, tragedy strikes as the Snag and gang of Pokemon Coliseum rock up, sleepy with their psycho-looking gloom, and I mean, look at those eyes, that's the stuff of nightmare, and steal my Snag machine. So I follow the Snag and gang to this weird-looking pyramid place where I run into that rude dude who bumped into my sister at the start of the game. We took him on and managed to defeat him, but without our Snag machine, we couldn't steal his Zangoose. Oh, and I wanted to snag it so bad. I think I'm gonna need my Snag machine back. So I head out to look for clues. While doing so, I run into Mirror B again, but with no Snag machine, he gets to keep his shadow Pokemon as well. I was hoping I'd get some information from him, but no such luck. However, heading inside the broken down train, a guy tells me the location of the old hideout. Then this random guy really challenges me to a battle. He even had a full team of evolutions. Move over, Penny. Willie did it first. Who is this guy and why do they make it out like he's someone important? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Taking him down, we head for the old hideout and battle our way through too many Snag members. Along the way, though, we do see Combustion evolve into Blaziken, so at least that was helpful. Hey, you're that kid. You must have come for the Snag machine. It's a bit small for that kid, for that guy, right? Like, how's bro gonna wear that? It's not gonna fit him. We take down the goon, and the big man Gonzap challenges us to a battle. He had a Shadow Absol, which I would have loved to capture, but for now it gets away. We do manage to take him down though, even though it was quite close. It was in this battle I saw a new Shadow move called Shadow Slayer, which is super effective against other Shadow Pokemon, so that's pretty cool. Attack us, Shadow Slayer? What the fuck? Okay, so it's a Shadow move that's super effective against Shadow Pokemon. Interesting. However, defeating Gonzap earns me my Snag machine back, and because he was so nice, I'm not going to steal your Absol yet. Who I will go steal a Pokemon from is that freak Zook, and that Zangoose is mine, but two bodybuilders then decide to run up on me, but thankfully my new bestie Gonzap runs up to battle with us in a 2v2. However, honestly, Gonzap was more of a hindrance, if I can be honest, but nevertheless, we do manage to take the two thugs down, and Gloom sleeps the two fellas, letting me head inside. Apparently, this futuristic Egyptian pyramid-looking thing is somehow a Shadow Pokemon production plant, so I guess it's up to me to shut it down. Being a production facility, of course there is going to be a boatload of Shadow Pokemon to snag, and at this point, it's normally more than one in each battle. We caught a Gengar, Hitmonlee, and Lapras before this Weezing blew itself up before I could capture it. Then I snagged an Ursaring, Venuqueen, and even a Charizard, using the combo with Ampharos with Discharge with Swampert to hit multiple targets at once. However, since Ampharos was so slow, I eventually decided to replace a bunch of Pokemon on the team. And that's not even all of them. There was plenty more Shadow Pokemon I caught along the way, like this Gardevoir and X-Cloud, only failing to capture maybe one or two as we made it to the roof. What is happening right now? Let me see, where's the system lever? I left it on my desk, that's not smart. Oh, I have it! Hey, it's my system lever, you went and got it for me, thank you. Wait, who are you anyway? You don't belong here. God, if the voltage goes up even a little, the computer controlling software facility will shut down. Well, that would be good for me, right? Cypher R&D J. J. Robert Downey J. Robert Downey Jr. RJD. That's me. Rocking my new squad consisting of Shadow Gengar, Nidoqueen, and Charizard, along with regular Moa and Swampert. I would use a bunch of multi-target moves with no repercussions. If I was to use Shadow Mode with Nidoqueen, Gengar, and then Charizard.
Hey, fuck off. Give me moving stuff. Move. Get out of here. Oh, okay, I'm back. Okay, let me get out of here. Get back.
In all of my years playing Pokemon fan games, we've come across a lot of fascinating stories. But today we're exploring one with perhaps the deepest, most engaging narrative I've ever experienced. This is Pokemon Atlas, a fan game about
Wait.